all for a local museum. Plus, it's Penobscot County today. Our Aaron Thomas has the story.
This nearly 100-year-old 40,000-pound machine was once used to move logs out of the North Woods. Now it will help students at the University of Maine reconstruct a similar piece of equipment.
We can go over to this machine, look at it, see how it works, see where the things go, how they line up. Basically, it's a 3D model that we can just make a copy of if we need to. If we can't find the parts, because some of the parts are missing, so we have to remanufacture some of the parts we don't have.
The rare, fully functional Lombard log hauler, which originally ran on steam, used air compression to make its move Monday. A Brunswick family is loaning the historical piece to the Maine Forest and Logging Museum in Bradley.
It's going to be a huge help having this example machine in, so that when we can refurb our machine, we know we have something to look over at and see how they did it.
Working as a tool to help students complete the log hauler at the museum, a process that's been slowed down for nearly 3 decades because of missing parts.
We hope to have ours running on compressed air, which is how we moved this one today, by Thanksgiving. So that means we have to get the engine together and a temporary piping system for the air.
In Bradley, I'm Aaron Thomas for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Very cool.
Each day building parts and piecing it together. Another log hauler was brought in from southern Maine to help with drafting and construction. The MET department has received parts from companies around the U.S. willing to help finish the project. Students say they hope to have the entire log hauler done as early as this May.
For me, it's a big deal because it's our senior project, and we'll be able to come back in 30 years and look at it run and say, no, that's what we did.
The steam log hauler originated from Waterville in the early 1900s. When this one is completed, it will be only the third operating steam log hauler in the world.
A pioneering piece of machinery was invented in Waterville by a guy named Alvin Lombard.
Now, more than 100 years later, it's running again, restored by the newest generation of engineers. Adrian DiPiazza explains.
Rolling to life.
This machine now will be with us for many years to come.
This Lombard steam log hauler is one of just 6 left in existence and 3 that run. Built and invented in Waterville by Alvin Lombard in the early 1900s.
All the parts were produced 100 years ago using the technology available then.
Jerry Packard and his father found it in the 80s in the woods of the Allagash.
It was tipped over in the woods in the mud and we jacked it out. I wondered whether he was thinking straight or not, but it turned out that was a great thing.
Yes, it did. Now, after 30 years of work and with the help of UMaine students, the Lombard is running again.
Great, I never thought I'd ever see it.
But the machine holds a place in history greater than its main roots. This continuous track was the first practical one of its kind and became the model for all recreational and military machines that came after it.
Every other machine that's in existence today that runs on a track is related to this machine.
The Packard family brought the Lombard to the Maine Forest and Logging Museum to be restored. Now, the minds of the new millennium have done it.
I think it's really special being one of only a couple people alive who knows how to tune one of these. So that's pretty cool.
The knowledge they gained working on this machine, I think will stay with them probably the rest of their lives.
And they agree.
I'm going to see if I can get licensed to actually operate it so I can come back and run it.
I'm kind of excited because maybe in 20 years I can bring my kids to see it.
Adrian DiPiazza, WABI TV5 News, Bradley.
Leonard Mills Logging Museum. Our Aaron Thomas was there and brought us all the sights and sounds of Living History Days.
We used to use horses, but trees got farther from the rivers and they would need several hundred horses to move them. This was a way to save horses and make logging easier.
This original Lombard log hauler is one of just a few in the entire world, and it was up and running this weekend, giving folks a look back at the way life used to be.
They can see how logging was done at the turn of the century. It was very difficult. For example, this machine needs 4 people to run it. 1 to steer it, an engineer, a fireman, and a conductor.
But that wasn't the only thing showcased at Leonard's Mills. Adults and kids of all ages took horse-drawn carriage rides, learned about the Civil War, and experienced what everyday life was like many years ago.
It's nice to, you talk about history, but here you kind of live it, and so the kids get an understanding of what it was like and how hard it is to cook on the stove, and with a wood fire and some of the other things that we do here.
Chopping wood, making cider, even learning how to tighten a bed, chores that most of these kids have probably never done. Reenactors say it's a nice escape from the real world.
I just love the whole atmosphere of everybody, other reenactors being here and just seeing the public come through, and particularly with kids, and having the kids be excited about trying candle dipping or seeing what you're cooking over the fire, and just that aspect of it.
It just gets you away, and you don't have any of the distractions of all the modern technology and everything like that. So it's just, just running around.
Day out, it would be.
Yeah, it would be hard day in, day out.
In Bradley, this is Erin Thomas reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.